Glamour.
Grit. Glamour.
Grit. Glamour. Grit.
Hello, hello, hello. I feel like we always start like that, but it's the Glamour and Grit live from Fort Worth and LA.
Hey, I'm coming in across the country, Los Angeles, California. Today, I feel like today for me is brought to you by Sudafed and Mucinex because I am so stuffed up. There's no airflow happening. So if I
No.
sound like a Muppet right now, that is why.
Eric and I are both so sick. I'm negative for COVID, negative for strep, but yesterday I couldn't speak. I got a steroid shot in my fanny on a Z-Pack, so I am just like roided up. Ready to
Crazy.
go.
I
So
mean,
if I
it
say
really
anything
is.
bad on this show, it's because I'm on steroids.
She's locked and loaded. I mean, I'm jealous. I
Feeling
wish.
good. Okay, so if you don't already know, guys, I did not have access to my stories for literally like 6 to 7 days.
I've got to preface this because, people, it's funny because like the young generation, everything is like, oh my God, I can't be on my phone. I can't be on Instagram. Like my world is ending. And it's like, blah, 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 whatever. You guys are on it too much. But like in your case, you literally had like a huge line of Mackenzie Childs dropping as your phone went out. Like all these like
My
obligated.
Hell House Christmas drop. Then I was at this place called Round Top, and it's like really a lot of it is like you want engagement and like meeting people, and it's such like a social thing that you need to post. And I didn't have access to
You had
my stories.
obligated posts you had to do at the one time. Well, we have that all the time in our.
No, but like my first
what
time,
we
like
do.
ever, like for real.
No, like we get it all the time, but it was like on the week that you needed it most, it was like
Yes.
went out. But huge shout out to my good friend Abraham Alexander, who,
Who's
if you
like-
haven't listened to his music, you need to. He's on tour right now with Leon Bridges all the time. Just the most soulful, amazing singer. He was the guy. He came through for you.
Literally, the Meta music group was the one who got me back. Yes, not only is he like the sweetest human being, he's the most talented human being. He's definitely the most fashionable human I've ever met in my life. Like, you know when somebody walks in a room and you're like, they like stop the room to everybody to look at him? That is Abraham Alexander.
Every room he walks in. But now he's our savior because he was the only human out of like hundreds that was able to fix your situation. So
I know, because everybody missed me so much in all my zillion stories. But I really did feel weird because especially our son had his 3rd birthday and not to be able to like repost, it's so stupid, all those stories of all the parents, it made me so sad because it was so cute. He did like a little Halloween party.
And it's too bad it wasn't like I get to take 3 days off of Instagram. This is great. You had to panic the whole time because you never knew if it was even coming back. So it wasn't like you could even enjoy the like
the time off.
I don't have to look at my Instagram because that's nice too. But when you're expecting it to be that.
Amen. And I'm like, just take it all down. If I can't be, it was like such a tease.
I
Oh,
know.
dang it, Meta, you're such a tease,
We're back.
tease.
We're back.
Oh my
We're
God.
back.
But we
Didn't skip a
we are
beat.
back, thank God. I literally had a cute sweatshirt on and I got In-N-Out sauce on it.
Oh, nice.
I know,
Actually,
Eric.
had In-N-Out at 10:30, 11 p.m. the other night with Ryan Dukes because we were filming a commercial for something we're about to drop very soon and nothing else was open. So we're like, French fries, milkshakes, and burgers at In-N-Out. And
That's
so that happened.
literally what I had. There's nothing better. I always feel like me and you secretly eat bad when we aren't with each other.
Wait, I learned about something new eating In-N-Out with Ryan.
Tell me.
I never knew this existed. Do you know what a Neapolitan is?
Yeah, it's vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate ice cream all together.
I had no idea. He's like,
Stop.
bro, you've never been to In-N-Out with a fat kid, have you? I was like, stop. First of all, you're not.
No,
Second
but like
of all,
Bluebell ice cream, like tons of ice cream places make that.
I know. I then looked it up and it's like a huge thing, but I didn't believe him at first. I was like, wait, what do you mean? So chocolate's not good enough. Vanilla's not good enough. Strawberry's not good enough. So like you have them add all three for like like 3 times the flavor. He's like, yes, you've never done that?
Yes, but it's not like it's mixed. It's like there's like a vanilla, there's like a strawberry, and there's like a chocolate layer.
Yeah, I'd never heard of that before. And
Wait, that is the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. And I'm like so disappointed in myself that I have not taught you that.
I know. Like,
I got
oh,
the
you got
thumbs
the thumbs
up.
up bubble. No, so I learned about the Neapolitan. It is a game changer, honestly. Like, if you can't decide on which flavor, just do all three, and there's a name for it.
What's your favorite ice cream?
But is there a name for just like chocolate and vanilla, or just strawberry and vanilla, or like vice versa?
No, I think it could well, would that be like strawberry cream? Like
But
a
like Neapolitan is such a random name for those three flavors. Like
but I
everyone
think
knows
that
what that
was
means.
but I think that was like a thing before. Like a Neapolitan was like a thing before it was the ice cream thing. Did you look that part up?
Neapolitan, like what the actual meaning of Neapolitan is.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it reminds me of something in like the time of Caesar. I don't
That's
know
what
why.
I was saying. I literally was going to say the same thing. It's like, I am a Neapolitan.
Yeah.
I actually think that's something bad now that we're saying it.
Oh well, let's just keep rolling then, because I have no
Keep going.
idea.
Cancellation station. Can we just say our interview with Miss Heather? And once again, my stories, I couldn't promote our episode of Miss Heather McMahon came on our podcast.
The crazy part was she came on, and then the episode released like the day after her big new special came out on Netflix, which is so cool.
So freaking proud of her. And then like our episode aired and she was on Watch What Happens that night. She is just on fire, and talk about somebody that works their freaking fanny off. Like she is unbelievable.
And those of you who don't know, my claim to fame, I was a bartender on Watch What Happens Live. I
Yeah,
don't know,
you just, because you
2 years
weren't big
ago?
enough yet to
No,
be in the
they already
chair.
had the guests. I was literally
Yeah.
like only in New York for one day, and I was like, we hit him up. Publicist hit him up and was like, hey, he's gonna be in LA. Do you have a spot for him? Like, we've got Nelly and we've got someone from Summer House, but we can make him the bartender. So they booted the guy who was supposed to do the bartender. But to me, I mean, to you, that was probably the coolest thing ever.
Well, and you gave him a hint. It actually was supposed to be Nelly,
Yeah.
and he got COVID, right? Like last minute. This was like all during kind of COVID times.
Yeah.
And well, COVID is still a thing now, but everybody was testing. So didn't he go in that morning, tested positive for COVID? And so then they got two of the Summer House people who are like the kindest and still our friends.
Yeah. Mr. Denver. Yeah, it was cool though. It's cool.
That's great. You look really handsome. I know everybody's probably listening to us, but if you're watching on YouTube, Eric looks so good without his full Santa Claus beard on him that we had to all live with, like in the episode with Heather. I literally was looking at that and I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe that was you.
I know, but it's been gone for like a couple weeks now, so we're back.
We keep going like back and forth too, because like audience members, we pre-recorded a lot of our celebrity interviews. So they get to see you like on Monday, full beard. Friday, not full beard.
Yeah. That is true. That is
okay,
true.
we didn't talk about, by the way, the big news of, I think it was either today or last night, that Liam Payne from One Direction
It was yesterday.
passed away.
Yeah. Today is Friday, so technically it was 2 days ago. It was on Wednesday, but we're recording this Thursday. So tragic.
The saddest thing I have ever witnessed in my life.
I know. He fell off a third-story balcony in his hotel room at the hotel he was staying at in Buenos Aires.
But
he went there to go watch his fellow One Direction members' concert.
Niles.
Yeah. And he spent a few extra days, and I read more into it, and like what led up to it is kind of really sad and slightly disturbing.
And what's really sad is I think the hotel they were already called.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And they should have come beforehand. Like maybe the accident wouldn't have happened if the police or whatever people could have come and stopped him before then.
But listen, he called, and 10 minutes later after the call is when it happened. So to get there within that 10-minute window, like, yes, technically police are supposed to be able to get there within like a certain amount of minutes, but who knows what was going on. 10 minutes before he fell to his death, the manager called the police saying, please come. This is a dire situation.
What about like, where's the security at the hotel? Like,
I don't know.
You think they'd have
think
security
it was beyond
for
that
things
because
like
they're
that.
saying it was like really drug-induced alcohol. Like he was going crazy in his room and destroying the room and like just off the rocker on drugs. They found paraphernalia all over the room. Autopsy has not come out yet, but it is very clear, and it's we can insinuate that he was very, very messed up on drugs and alcohol, so much so that the hotel manager called the police to say, please come, we think something can happen. There's a balcony in his room and he's acting crazy. He was
Oh,
31, babe.
that is, and such a handsome, and I think he has a son or a child.
7-year-old son.
Oh, and it's just heartbreaking. It's such, well, and we've talked about this on the show, like addiction and all. It's such a disease. It's like one day you just wonder if there's going to be like a magical pill that stops all the addiction. Like now they're saying like Ozempic and things like that can help the addictive thoughts in your mind. I was actually talking to one of my girlfriends in Round Top, and one of her best friends was a severe addict. He's been sober for 7 years, but he goes hunting. Like he's like, you know, he's turned his addiction into hunting now. And like he has to go hunting. And it's such like I just wonder what it is in our brain that does that. And how like some people have anxiety, some people don't. It's just such a wild thing that what happens in our minds. And
I
is it
agree.
like so much of it induced from like technology and all? Because I feel like so much, or we just know more now because of technology. You know?
I mean, I don't know. And I don't know if he struggled with addiction. I don't remember hearing about that. I don't
Yeah,
remember
well, I think
reading
he did really
tabloids.
bad.
Okay. Well, that, I mean, you know, that
Or
would
at
check
least
out.
depression.
But
Like I know he went through like ups and downs with his emotions.
it's just so sad, and prayers are going out to friends and family. I've seen, you know, posts from every celebrity under the sun, from, you know, Ty Dolla $ign to Paris Hilton. I mean, everybody has been
Yeah.
affected by this in the industry. Can't even imagine what his family's going through. His 7-year-old son, Bear, I'm like,
Bear.
I cry thinking about it. It's just so sad. And honestly, I can't, like, it takes me right back to your good friend from college that fell off a balcony and died in New York City. Remember,
Oh my
Kyle?
God, Kyle. I
I
thought for a
mean,
minute I thought you were talking about Hyatt.
no, Kyle,
If
who
you haven't looked up Kyle Baptiste, he was Jean Valjean in Les Mis. We went to
on
college
Broadway.
together. One of my dear, dear friends on this earth, and one of the most special humans, accidentally fell from a balcony in New York and passed away.
And
Just tragic,
that
like
was,
freak tragic accident.
and he wasn't on this drug
No,
fueled, you know, there was no, it was just,
a freak
it was a
accident.
tragic freak accident. And I had severe, like, I don't want to call it PTSD, but like, for a long time after Kyle's death, because we got to spend like some amazing moments with him when we went to your college, and he was such a special individual that like I actually got like the skin would crawl on me when I was anywhere near ledges. I never had a fear of heights, never had a fear of being close to the edge on anything, whether I'm outside. I like, even to this day, like it gave me like this real fear of being near ledges or heights, or just knowing that there's some like a balcony or something. Like it really did mess me up. And now hearing this about Mr. Liam, I'm just like, oh, it's just
No,
so
it is
scary.
so sad. I mean, look at Alicia's granddaughter at the seaside home was a little, how old is she? 2? And was leaning up against
The balcony railing.
the balcony railing and just fell. But thank God it was like heaven just had a pile of leaves that she landed on and literally just like was sore. I mean, just so wild. No, it's really crazy how cautious you need to be of your surroundings, or just how freak things can just happen.
Yeah. So thoughts and prayers to him for sure.
Okay, can we go on kind of a biblical path for a second? And like,
Yeah, and then like I didn't even really kind of explain why I'm not sitting next to you. I just
oh,
realized.
well, then we can do that. But I do want to know, it's really hard for me sometimes. And for Christians out there, because Eric and I are big believers in Christianity and our faith. And it's always hard for me because when I hear about like freak accidents and people are like, oh, it's God's will, God's plan. And I'm like, no, like God wouldn't want that. Like it's just a freak accident. And like God's there to like help you when things like that happen. He's there to strengthen you. He's there to like put his arms around you in prayer and thoughts. But it's so interesting how Christianity is divided when it comes to things like that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you know.
Like if
I mean,
something ever happened to my child or to you and somebody came up to me and like it was God's plan, I think I would clock him in the face. There's just, like that to me is the
Naturally,
most,
that is never something you want to hear, that someone
that
had
is like
planned
bonkers.
for tragedy to happen.
Yeah, like why would God pick my child, or why would God pick that person, or why? Like it's such an interesting, and I think people, I actually was just listening to your mom and somebody else have like a very polarizing conversation about it. And your mom and I were like, agree on the same thing. And it was just such an interesting, like hearing somebody else and you're like, ugh. It was so hard for me to hear, you know?
Yeah. No, it's difficult. I mean, it's 100% difficult to hear that, it was prearranged before you even existed.
Yeah,
You know what
like
I mean?
tragedy.
At the same time, there's some not comfort, but it's like, you want to think that like you're only given as much as you can, like God chose you because you're strong and you like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know where I'm getting at with this, but like you have what it takes to fight through the pain. And I've seen people who've gone through tragedy and like they have come out the other side. They have come out stronger and they've,
But so many people don't, though.
I know. But like,
So that's why I feel like God doesn't like pick the people like based on strength. You know what I mean? Because like, why do sometimes these horrible, awful people like don't have to experience tragedy, and some of the most faithful, incredible people do?
There's no telling. I mean,
do you know what I mean?
I mean?
It's
like
such a, sorry to go on this path, but I really do find it so polarizing, the thought of that. And it's something
hard to think about.
My mom is just joined a Bible study, and I help her with her homework. Like we read it back and forth and we talk about it. And it's just so interesting. And it's like, I think the beauty is all that Christians in this fact believe that whatever happens, they go to a different side and go to heaven and all of these things. So it's like we believe in that, or whatever Buddhists believe in somewhere else. But it's just such an interesting thing, like in all of Christianity, how polarizing the opinions of that can be. And there really isn't an answer, because in the Bible too, it says two different things. You know what I mean? Like for me, sometimes I think it's like the devil's work, or just things happen. You know what I mean? Like God is busy, and He's there to like pick you up when.
Yeah, there's no way to comprehend it. There's no way to comprehend it.
I know. Isn't that that's what just reminding me? We were talking about like freak accidents. It's like, why do freak accidents happen? It's so crazy.
I think it's easy for me to sit here and say like, no, He has a plan and it's all going according to His plan. But I haven't had, knock on wood, an experience that's really made me, question that in a way that it's like didn't make sense to me at all. Thank God for that. But at the same time, I can't, it's hard for me to judge or to wrap my head around it because I haven't had to experience something like that. So, and I pray I never do. But anyway, I'm hurting for Liam. I'm now questioning everything. I need to.
I'm so sorry. We're gonna become like a Christianity podcast.
Oh my gosh, no, we're not. But speaking of which, my friend. So Jordan Ross, our amazing friend, you've known him way longer than I have.
Yes, we were in Pippi Longstocking together when we were so
at Casa
little.
Manana.
One of my favorite
he was
humans.
on the podcast, of course, so our listeners know him. He was on the 1883 episode. He's in Egypt right now with his faces on billboards all over the country. He's meeting with 10,000 people at the Chosen, it's like the Chosen Comic-Con. It's unbelievable. Speaking of Christianity and speaking of entertainment and speaking of friends, our really, really good friend is one of the leads on The Chosen, which is the biblical story of Christ on television. It was crowdfunded and is now one of the biggest television shows in the world. And I am just so freaking proud of him. And if you haven't watched it yet, check it out. It is actually literally changing lives. And to see that this little engine that could is now on a global, massive, it's unbelievable.
And he's the best human in the world. So it's so amazing when you see incredible people just like fulfilling all their dreams. There's nothing better on this earth.
And his grandfather's Barry Corbin. I'm like, this is the coolest family in the world.
I know. Who's the nicest, and his mother's the nice. I mean, I love that entire family. That whole family deserves like beautifulness in life because they deserve it. Wait, did you see the Victoria's Secret fashion show is back?
No, but I did see pictures and videos, and I saw Bella Hadid and maybe a couple others just like on my
And
Instagram
Gigi.
feed. Yeah, I didn't see Gigi. I just like somehow, I think because Bella's in the cutting world, I get her random pop-ups
Oh
every
yeah,
now and
well
again.
probably Cowboys and Indians. The magazine
Yeah, so
probably
I saw
posted it.
her, but that was the only person I saw. And
And it actually was kind of cool because most of the time you think of the Victoria's Secret fashion show, you think, bubbies up to their chins because push-up bra. Like Victoria's Secret created like the push-up bra. But they were all natural. Like Gigi Hadid opened the show and she didn't have her like boobies to the sky. And they all had like tan lines from spray tans. They really
Was
tried.
it accepted well, or how was it received?
Great. I think people were just like, this is kind of normal. A lot of people said it was boring. I thought it was great. I mean, I remember my roommate Casey and I used to like, it was our favorite thing to do was watch the Victoria's Secret fashion show.
So it was on for years, and then it was off for years, and now it's back?
Yeah, now it's back.
Wow, okay.
I know. It's really fun to see. And it was really cool because Gigi Hadid, she's like a mom now. She had like her short hair and her natural boobs. And I don't know. I thought it was really kind of cool.
Okay, we're showing tan lines. Okay, great.
What do you do? I know, right?
Are we showing different body types? Or is it
all
still
different body types.
amazing?
A transgender model. And
Wow.
Tyra Banks was back. And I loved seeing Tyra. I mean, Tyra is like, I feel like
She's
icon.
perfect, though.
Yeah.
I'm like, are we showing
No, but she's
unperfection?
not like she's not like Kate Moss style, even though Kate Moss was in the show with her daughter. But she looks like a normal, I mean, that face is perfection, but her body is like a normal size body, which was really cool.
Cool. But they're, I guess what I'm getting at is they are showing other walks of life other than perfection for our young kids watching these days to not strive
Literally.
to have
Eric,
to be.
I'll never forget because all of my friends, like everybody knows in your local
So
mall.
yes, the answer is yes, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool,
Yes.
cool.
In your local mall was always the Victoria's Secret was like right across the way from a Bath and Body Works, like whatever mall you went to. And I worked at Bath and Body Works. I love Bath and Body Works. But when you're like in 6th, 7th, 8th grade, did your parents always, well, you were in New York, but my parents would drop me off at the mall. That was like the cool hangout is you'd go to Ray's movie theater and then you'd hang out at the mall. And I just remember I did not have the body type for Victoria's Secret. And like all my friends would do their little shorts there, like the pink shorts and roll them up. And they would all wear thongs where even at that age, I was like rocking a grand pan or no pans. And it just like, I love seeing it evolve because like for me, I never felt like I could do Victoria's Secret. So it's so fun. Like it's amazing to me that now they're like, okay, all like what you said, that all body types can like go to a place.
That's
Don't know if
awesome.
that's actually true because I haven't tried on the stuff. But wait, have you seen, speaking of body types, it reminds me of Spanx when I'm thinking of full panties. Have you seen, I think it's the inventor of Spanx now has a new high-heeled tennis shoe called Sneaks, Sneex.
No, is it supposed to make your foot look skinny or something?
Google it right now. Like, I want you to get your phone and I'll explain what it is. Because I need you to
tell me. Just tell me.
Well, I need you to see a picture of it. Because it just like, so while Eric's Googling, Sneaks, Sneex, y'all.
X?
Yes. It's like, do y'all remember like the original Puma shoe?
Okay, I see what we're working with here.
It's hideous. Like, I don't get it. And like, talk about the most brilliant person in the world. Just wear a tennis shoe at that point. Like, it literally looks like a tennis shoe with a high heel glued on the back. But like, just wear a tennis shoe. Or like,
Wait, it's not only a tennis shoe with a high heel glued on the back, but it's also an orthopedic shoe because it's like the Velcro straps.
It's hideous.
Honey,
Like,
it's
truly.
an orthopedic high heel. That's what it is.
And why don't you just wear like a Nike high top with a wedge?
Y'all,
It's like, what is the point of that?
sneaks have got to go. But you know what? Crocs came in with a rubber thing that everyone was like,
Oh my
ugliest shoe
God,
ever.
it's
And
so
it's the
true.
most selling shoe of all time. So who knows? The sneaks might orthopedic high heel their way into this world.
Do you know what shoe I can't get behind? And I think you can answer this for me. What shoe can I not get behind?
Well, a flip flop.
Well, obviously a flip-flop. Besides a flip-flop, they're like very popular right now.
Right now, I don't know. I thought a
A,
croc.
a Birkenstock.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I can't. Unless
Just
my
not your flavor. It's just not your
No,
flavor.
and I don't get it. Like, I really, unless, like, nobody's foot actually looks good in a Birkenstock. Like, I
I think
haven't.
it's I mean, it is trendy, and I
It's
would
so
say in some
trendy.
circles, it is a very cool shoe,
It's a
depending
vibe.
on where you are. It's a vibe. But it's also like it's a lifestyle. It's like I think behind a Burke is like a free spirited, you know, it originated with kind of the hippie crowd. I feel like
Yeah.
it's now become like a trendy thing, but like that's a lifestyle. That's not your lifestyle. So I get why you wouldn't like it.
Meanwhile, I'm wearing a combat boot, which I think my combat boot has a,
But it is a Gucci combat boot, so that is very much your lifestyle.
but I live for a combat boot. Do I not?
You do. I've got a question.
Okay, tell me.
Because you were talking about, being young enough to be dropped off at the mall and go to Victoria's Secret. At what age does a dad just start doing their daughter's laundry and realize that like she's wearing a thong? Like to me, that's going to be such a strange like. Oh, no, we are here. Like what?
Do you
And
know
is that
what
a conversation in
No.
the household?
Do you know what I love about you though?
What?
Is because I feel like 95% of guys will say like, I will never be the dad to do the laundry, to like see those panties.
Well, no, of course I will. Like,
I know,
you know.
but like that's what I love about you, because most guys will be like, I'll never be put in that position to ever see like the panties.
But I feel like when that day comes, it's like, okay, we got to have a talk. Like, she's clearly a woman. Like, we need to make sure
know.
everyone understands the world and what's going on in the world.
Or like the
is that
broad
a moment?
talk. Yeah.
Is that a moment? Or like you just like hope your dad just doesn't bring it up or like see it or like how does that? I don't know.
Well,
Is that
hopefully
weird to
by
talk
the
about?
time she's wearing a thong, she can do her own laundry. Or like we could start teaching her how to do her own laundry.
I don't know why that just popped in my head.
Like
I was
what
like, oh
time?
my gosh.
When do you start wearing a thong? Like 13, 14?
I
Both
don't
of our
know, but that
faces
feels
just went.
way too young to me.
Like Molly Morgan will be like, Mother, I've never seen you wear a thong. And I'd be like, honey, that is literally something right up your fanny. Like nothing sounds worse. It's like a wedgie, a permanent wedgie. I don't get
No,
it.
I know. But it's
I
like,
truly don't understand a thong.
to me, that just screams like adult. It screams like I am a woman. It screams like in my head, like
Who are you
I'm
wearing
wearing
it
that.
for?
So when I'm with a
Yes.
boy, they think I'm hot, which means they're seeing you without it. And I'm like, oh my God, is this a conversation that happens when this enters the household?
Well, it's now like these young girls that we see at the beach that bathing suits are
Oh, well, the
literally
bathing suits,
up
yeah.
their fanny. I
Yeah.
was always wearing.
That's been the thing for a while now,
I know,
though.
and I don't get it. I obviously had the melanoma on my back, and I'm like, I never wore a two-piece. Like, I wish I could have worn a two-piece. But I never wore a two-piece a day in my life. Like, especially on the beach. I don't understand having that. I guess when I just think of the ocean and stuff, I just kind of think you want everything secured because you're playing like volleyball, you're like swimming the ocean. It's like going to the lake and getting on a tube, you know, like little banana boats or the tubes, wearing a bikini. Like, your pants are going to fall off.
I guess it's more about like just making sure your entire body has sun on it. I don't know.
I know. Aren't we so cool?
Not just like white cheeks and the rest tan, you know, like the cheeks get a little tan. I don't know. Anyway, I guess we're going to have that conversation when that day
Not
comes.
my cheeks.
Or I don't know how that works. We'll get to that. Tune in on the Glamour and Grit in 25 years.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that.
Hopefully we'll still have all of our same sponsors, still be killing the game like Grandma and Grandpa. The Glamour and Grit every 6 months.
I want to get into, well, first of all, I'm in LA right now. I've got a premiere tonight. Momo, we talked about it last week. Momo was going to come with me, but ultimately didn't work out that way. So I'm flying in for 2 seconds, flying out tomorrow at 8 a.m. And then I'll be back home. That's why I'm not with Sainty. Did you see Elon Musk's unveiling of all of the stuff he has coming out?
No, what is he coming out
Like
with?
where the world is going? So he called it the We Robot event, and it was on the Paramount lot here in LA, or Universal. I think it was Paramount. And he unveiled what's going to be coming into our world within the next like year.
What is it?
Well, first, we got a robo van, which is like a big van that fits 20 passengers, but it has no visible wheels. Like the casing goes over the side so that you can't see the wheels. There's no windshield, no steering wheel. There's no driver's cockpit. So it's like a party, like 20-seat party bus that drives itself.
So it's just like a driving itself bus.
Yeah. But for only 20 people. So like it could be used for businesses to like send cargo or whatever, or it could just be for like your mom who loves to throw parties and like tailgate. Like all of her friends can jump in the robo van and we all go to the game.
Please
or
tell
go
me
to
there's
Windstar.
like windows, right?
No. There's no visible windows. I don't know if you can see out from the inside.
You have to, because that is like claustrophobia to a T, and nothing sounds dumber than that.
So we have that.
Well, and
then
can I tell you, Elon, I love you, but this is taking away a lot of like blue collar jobs. Like
it is, but also he addressed that. It's also adding jobs, which I will get to in a second.
Okay.
Because look at this. Now we have a robo taxi. It's a 2-seater, no steering wheel, no gas, no brake pedal. It's just you get into this taxi and it takes you to where you're supposed to go.
Okay.
You can own it. It's like owning your Uber car. It's like owning your car, and you can use it to transport people. So while you go to the office, it'll drop you off in the morning. You go do your job. Your car's going to go make you money while you're gone. It's going to go run people around. So it's paying for itself.
Yeah, but that's already like, I feel like for the 1%ers. Next.
Nope. 35,000. You could buy it.
Oh, you can't even buy a Tesla for 35,000.
Yes, you can. Their entry-level Teslas are 35,000. This is 2 seats. It's not much of a car. And you get in, it takes you automated to where he's making this affordable.
But do you realize how many, like, the liability, like somebody brings a Coke in there, then your car's going to smell. Like, I feel like he doesn't, I love his brain ship, but I feel like he really doesn't think these things all the way through, like logistically through.
And he said it's 10 times safer than a human. So the taxi drivers, the Uber drivers, you get into his robo taxi and it's 10 times safer than a human. And then you
But how
can
do we know that? Because we haven't had them out. Like he said that about all those other things, and haven't they like blown up and like those self-driving cars?
Well, they are facing lawsuits and investigations related to the crashes.
Thank you.
Because of the autopilot and self-driving
How's it going,
systems.
Elon?
But
oh yeah, and how's that spaceship happening? How's that
doing? But you say this, you know how many car accidents there are a day around the world? And then you look at the percent of the ones that are happening from auto drive. Yes, they are happening, and it's the technology's fault, so you can sue, but it's very micro compared to the amount of accidents happening.
Because there's only like very, very, very micro few of like self-driving cars.
But you can multiply it on a bigger scale, like not like to scale. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like at the same time, like how's our spaceship getting our friends back? Like how's that going, Elon?
We'll talk about that.
Okay.
But then there was another big thing. This to me is the coolest thing ever. Optimus is what he's calling it. It's a humanoid robot. And I'm telling you, look it up. Look up Optimus.
Is that the girl that was walking? I think I saw it on.
They walk, they talk, they conversate, they help you. So it performs tasks. It's got advanced AI. So the smartest AI platform you can think of, it has it in a full-bodied robot. It does manual labor, assembly line work, caregiving. Like if you need a caregiver, it is your caregiver. It even is good for like exploration, hazardous areas, like places humans can't go. They send the robot. I mean, this is everything you think of the future. It was like flying cars and robots, at least in my head.
Yeah, of course.
We haven't gotten to flying cars, but we have robots. And the one that Elon did is so realistic. You're like, they had a bartender there making drinks, and it was a robot for everyone who was at the event. And it was like, hey, how you doing tonight? He's like, pretty good. There's been a long line, but can I get you any, like full, like conversating like you're with a human being.
Well, aren't we seeing that in movies too? And then they get smarter than we are and like turn on us.
Well, the funny part is his robo van, his robo taxi, all of these things, the designs are exactly the designs of iRobot the movie. Like one of those
ones
futuristic
where they like take
movies.
over. Yeah.
Yes,
and
the director wrote online, he's like, Elon, thanks for stealing all of my design work or something like that. Like,
boss.
To the T.
And my thing is too, if this is all technology, then it can get hacked. So why wouldn't like another country come hack all our robots and like start like, starting war with us within our robots?
Honey, I don't
Because
know.
Elon,
I don't know.
okay, Elon, I love
this
your
where the world's gonna go.
Yes, but not. Elon, I love your invention ship, another ship. But like, why didn't he try to fix like our hacking? Or you know what I mean? Like, why are we trying to do things if we're not even fixing our own technology?
I mean, because there are companies focused on that and technology is only advancing. So if it's going to go that way anyway, might as well be at the forefront if you know how to be and dominate the market. I think that's where his head's at.
It's going to be so interesting because I feel
It's
like,
why would I wait and focus on something else when I know eventually we're getting here and I already know how to do it? Let's just go for it.
yeah, but you're not even fixing the own problems we have right now. Like our phones get hacked, our everything gets hacked. So why wouldn't actually, I feel like it's so much scarier and more of a liability when like we're relying completely on technology. Like a flying car or like a robot or y'all, the freaking Zoom or whatever we're on keeps giving me thumbs up. So I really feel like I'm onto something here. It knows.
But I agree. It is a scary thought. It's like, oh my gosh, then we're going to rely on technology. But at the same time,
like I would not trust a robot with my newborn baby.
Chat GTP something, that thing is so much smarter than any human you'll ever be able to ask a question to. I trust the heck out of it.
Well, me too.
And I know it's just, yeah.
But I also, though, don't I wouldn't trust Chat GBT to like save a life necessarily.
No, but I would trust.
Like if the doctor
technology.
Like if a doctor was
that's
performing.
That's why we are living so long, because of our technology these days is advanced so much to where they can save you on life support. They get all these crazy transplant your half of your brain from. I mean, they can do anything. It's all because of technology.
I know, but it would be wild. Like I wouldn't trust.
We're not getting smarter. The human's brain has only ever been so smart, right? There's been a few exceptions like Einstein who have like exceeded expectations and Elon Musk and those people. We can't get any smarter. So we have to rely on technology advancing because that's how we progress.
Yeah, but also
that was good.
That was good. But also where we're progressing, we're regressing in so many other areas.
Agreed.
So it's
socially,
yes. So it's like it's such a catch-22. It's a double-edged sword.
It is.
And I don't want to like die from a robot. Like nothing sounds worse. Like I watch all my murder shows. Like I'd much rather be murdered by a sociopath than a robot.
Wow. That's kind of crazy. If a robot could then turn on you.
They're 100% gonna turn on you. Just like there's humans. There's like bad humans, good humans. And like, I'm sorry, there could probably do price ranges because like that's the world we live in. So it's
if you can only afford the entry level, you might be getting someone who's going to kill you in the middle of the night.
No, but it could be like the entry level can only, do these meals. And if you pay for the more expensive one, that's what's all going to happen. We know it is. It's like we can't all just have one car. It's going to be like different companies are going to start making different forms of the flying car.
Of course.
Right.
Which I can't wait. I can't wait for flying cars.
I just think that's so dumb. And talk about pollution. We can't even handle our own Earth. So now we're going to really mess up our sky.
Listen,
y'all look at me today. I am like, give me a tree because I am hugging it today. Wow.
Wait, so we haven't talked since the hurricanes, which happened last week. Did you see Lieutenant Dan? Have you heard about Lieutenant Dan?
Yes, and did you see what his daughter said? Like his daughter's so mad that he's like an addict. It's the guy that stayed in his boat home or the little...
Yeah, he stayed in his boat in Tampa Bay, in the bay.
His daughter's like so upset about it. Like people giving him a platform to be famous. That he's like definitely an addict. And that she was like, y'all will kill him. With like giving him money and a platform.
Wow. I was going to say, because now he's rich and he's got all these things and he's millions of followers on TikTok. And anyway, if you don't know Lieutenant Dan, y'all, oh my gosh, my nose is killing me.
Eric and I are sick. That's why, what am I drinking?
And not to mention, I'm in my best friend Daniel's house who owns a cat. And I'm also allergic to cats. So on top of everything else.
I know. Ugh.
Okay.
Cats.
Anyway, Lieutenant Dan is this man who has a boat in Tampa Bay who refused to evacuate it for Hurricane Helene.
Mm-hmm.
He survived it. And then Milton came and it was like mandatory evacuation. The police went to him. The mayor went to him. TikTok was going to him because this guy was TikToking about it. And they're like, you have to leave. You're going to be dead. You'll die. There's no chance of survival. He's like, I don't give a shit. If there's a flood, I want to be on my boat. And honestly, like, that thinking makes sense. It checks out. And he was fine. His boat was fine.
Yeah.
He survived. He survived.
Congrats.
So now he's famous, and a TikToker took note and created an account, is buying him $100,000 boat, putting him on his own like live stream. So then like people can just see who the heck this guy is who's staying on a boat. You have to be crazy. Who's staying on a boat during hurricanes and surviving them all. So I did not know about the daughter.
Yeah, the daughter went on and she's like so mad at that TikToker and so mad at people like just feeding into an addict and feeding into somebody that's crazy. And she's like, well, you might as well like get to mental help. You know what I mean? Instead of actual, we're blowing our nose because we are so sick. Okay.
I just want to be able to talk.
I know. Well, you know
y'all.
what? You're so lucky because your face is so pretty.
Oh.
And still, no matter what, you could be sick.
Why you always make me blush?
I'll still be the most annoying one on this podcast.
No, not true. And you're the pretty one, and all of these amazing things.
Wait, shall we play that game?
Yeah, let's play the game.
Okay, we found this game through Claudia and Ben Oshray. They did it on their Patreon. And it's questions. I have not looked at mine, and Eric hasn't looked at his. You ask your partner, your significant other. So should we go, instead of doing it, should we do like one at a time? Like I ask one, you ask one, I ask one, you ask one?
Sure.
And see what our partner knows. Do you want me to start?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you ready?
The embarrassing thing is the boy ones that I'm supposed to ask you, most of them, I don't even know.
Oh, well, then don't ask those.
But
Well,
I know a lot,
yeah,
but there are some I'm like, I should know that, but I don't.
yeah,
Okay.
but you don't need to ask those. Like we don't have to do like the whole list. Are you ready?
Yeah.
What is a Brazilian?
It's a wax.
Oh, good job. But where?
Wait, but is that the one where it's like everything goes around your hoo-ha? Like everything disappears?
I think so. Yeah.
Full
I know
wax
Brazilians like
down.
your TT.
Yes, but is it like
I think so.
full?
I thought so. I think but I think that actually might be called.
See, you already don't know?
Yeah, that it is full because I think the other one's like a landing strip. I think there's other names for the other ones.
Okay. Oh, so it's a full. Oh, so I was right.
Yeah. Next.
Ding,
Your
ding,
turn.
ding. What is MMA?
Isn't it like boxing, MMA, fighting?
It's fighting, yeah, but do you know what it stands for?
MMA. I know it's like where you don't have gloves and all that. Masculine men action.
Mixed martial arts.
Mixed martial arts. I should have known that. But it's right. It's when they use bare hands, right?
It's fighting. Oh, yeah, UFC. Like, that's mixed martial arts.
Okay. What do the R and the S stand for on a tampon box?
Oh, I know this actually. Regular
Yeah?
and super.
Yes!
I know this because I buy you tampons sometimes.
You sure do.
But I'm not going to say which letter you get.
I get the super plus.
Super. I'm just kidding. What is UFC?
It's all the fighting ones.
Yeah, what's it mean?
Universal Fighting Club.
No, Ultimate Fighting Challenge.
Ultimate Fighting Challenge. You're asking me all the fighting ones.
I know, because those are the two I just was actually curious if you knew.
You know what's so actually funny about some of this is you know most of them because you're an actor too.
Yeah.
Like that's so much. Okay.
And I'm like, yeah.
What is a pap smear?
Oh, I've definitely heard of it. I know it's something you get at the doctor.
Uh-huh.
I'm assuming it's the gynecologist if it's a girl question, but I don't know. I mean, I could stab in the dark. It's where they like do a little swabby swab to see if you've got any infections.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Hey,
You are good,
okay.
babe.
All right. What is a bogey?
A bogey. Oh, it's a golf term. A bogey is where it's like where you hit over the water or hit in the water or bogey in that thing, right?
No, but that's a great guess. It is in golf. When you bogey, it's when you go 1 over par.
1 over par. Okay, I don't even know
Yeah.
what
So
par
if
is.
it's a par four,
Yeah.
which means you have 4 chances to get it in the hole.
Uh-huh.
If you hit 5, that's a bogey.
Wow. Name one food that women can't have while they're pregnant.
Oh, I mean, sushi, raw fish.
Yeah, good job. Well, and
Yep.
I've been pregnant twice, so that's like pretty. Okay, your turn.
And I am, okay. Um, there are some funny questions in here. Like, what is the waistband tuck?
Oh, where you tuck your boner into your belt.
It's kind of like self-explanatory, but that is one of the questions, and that just makes me laugh.
Wait, that's. Oh my gosh. Okay, what is a diva cup?
A nut cup for women?
A what?
A nut cup for women?
No, but I think it's a diva cup. I think is a period cup,
Oh,
right?
why would you put it in a cup? Why would you put it in a cup?
I think that it's supposed to be healthier than a tampon. Yeah. So a diva cup is you put it of your TT, and I guess it's just like a wine glass. Oh my god!
Wait,
Hold
no,
your
no.
your.
So you what? You like stick up a little basket or a cup or something, and
Yes.
it just like collects it like a urine sample, and then you just toss the cup.
Exactly, but it looks like
How do you put a cup up there?
I think it like folds and then it like expands out, kind of like you do with your earplugs. You know how you
Like if
twist them
you're-
and then they expand?
Give me an example of why you would do that over using a tampon.
I think now because tampons and all the chemicals and things like that, like I think they're now
Oh, is it
bad
more
for you.
like organic to do the diva
Yeah.
diva? Is that what they call it? Diva cup?
Yeah, diva cup.
Oh, interesting. Ooh, I don't know about that. Would you ever do that?
No, God no.
No, that's so strange. But hey, if you are one of the divas, power to you. I've never heard of it. So you know what? I'm learning. When is a man asked to turn and cough?
Oh, to make sure in jail that nothing is up their fanny, that they're not hiding things up their butt.
Nope. No.
Oh, well, they do that in jail to turn and cough, aren't they? Because people hide things up their fanny. Is it to check some kind of cancer?
It's when the doc is examining your gonads to make sure you've got nothing wrong with them.
So you turn to your ball sack?
Yeah, there's some sort of reflex or something that happens, but this is the thing. You get your physical and they're like, all right, turn cough. And while he's down there looking at your nuts. So I don't know what actually happens, but this is the thing we have to do when we're getting our physical.
That is so interesting. Wait, you turn, so is your fanny facing him or your ding ding? Oh, like that,
Like you
just your
turn
face?
head. Yeah, yeah.
So it's kind of like that thing where they hit your knee and your leg goes up?
Yeah.
Like
I'm guessing that's what it is. I've never questioned it. The doc just tells me that. And the fact that it's a question on here makes me realize that it happens to every guy. So I don't have to think I'm crazy, that I'm the only guy that, but I know it's a thing because I've seen it in movies.
okay, what is an everything shower?
My mind goes so many places.
It goes
This,
so
I don't-
raunchy.
This got dirty in my head. I don't want to know. What is it?
A long shower, including a variety of self-care practices, such as like washing your hair, washing your body, shaving everything, exfoliating, an everything shower. You do everything.
Got it. Much, much more appropriate than where my head went. So I'm happy
Were you
about
going
that
bow
one.
chicka bow wow?
I honestly don't know, but that was a first. Haven't heard that
Okay,
one. Is Batman from Marvel or DC?
DC.
Yes. Good
Thank
job.
you. How many ovaries does a woman have?
2.
Yeah.
What is creatine used for?
To pump it up. Pump it up. You take
But what does it do?
creatine. My guess is something with your like your happy, like your, it's like speed.
Like a mood thing? Is that
No,
happy?
it's like
What do you mean
Adderall.
happy?
And it kind of like an Adderall.
Like it gives you like a
more
burst of energy to
yeah.
like pump harder. No, it really just kind of sends water to your muscles. Like it like oxygenizes your muscles so they grow faster and
Ooh.
pump faster, but it's like water weight.
Ooh, I feel like that's not good. Okay,
It's actually
one more. What is a claw clip?
a claw clip.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I don't want you to have claws. What is it?
It's the little hair clips that look like claws and you put it in your hair.
Oh, of course. Oh my God. My mind went to like an extra pinky or something. It's like you gotta clip that pinky. I don't know. That was fun.
Wait, you
There's
gotta
so
ask
many
me
of these
one.
questions.
My last one.
Okay, final.
Final.
Um, what is an RBI?
Ooh. Babe, I don't know. RBI.
RBI.
Can you give me like a hint?
Yes, it's a sport. It's in a sport.
Oh God, I don't know, baby. I just
I had to guess a sport that RBI would be in. It's a very popular American sport.
football,
No.
baseball,
Yes.
run, base, interception.
Run batted in.
Oh, I was kind of close.
Yeah.
Not really,
You
but-
didn't know the sport though. I'm shocked. I thought you would have known that.
I actually did too. I feel like I know a lot about baseball, and I did not know what an RBI.
I didn't expect you to know the definition, but I maybe expected that you knew what sport it was from. But that is a tricky one. So there you have it.
Oh my God, babe. We are like, how many minutes have we gone in this podcast? Like 45?
It has now been almost an hour.
How is that even possible?
We're rocking and rolling.
Wait, this actually might have been we might not should ever do podcasts together because I feel like this has gone by so freaking fast.
So fast. What's your glamour and grit real quick? And then maybe like an Easter egg on who we're going to get on Monday.
I don't know who we're going to get on Monday. I already forgot.
Sweet. No Easter egg. What is your glamour and grit?
Oh my God. My grit is that we're sick. My glamour is like you really. Okay, I do want to talk about this really fast. I think in marriages.
I gotta get picked up here for this.
But we literally have been together like 14 years. And I think you go through. I met you were 19, I was 21. I'm 35, you're 33 now. And I feel like you do different phases of life together. You grow up together, especially like growing up. And every couple of years, you have to like almost reset your foundation. You know what I mean? You have to like, you have to check back in. I know every parent, especially if like little ones, have to check back in. And so me and you, because we've been so insanely busy separate, like doing our own separate things, you're filming, I'm doing all of my stuff, that we just had to check back in. And it was so good. Like, I feel like I've seen such a change in both of us. And it was like, neither of us were meaning to, but we were just going like 1,000 miles an hour in our own direction. And instead of like intertwining our directions, we were just like flying. And I feel like it's been so good. Like my glamour is like how intertwined and like amazing I feel right now with you.
Well, that is awesome. And I think that's a testament to just listening to your partner. You know, there are going to be times when life is getting in the way. And when you can sit down and have conversation and be honest and be like, hey, I'm feeling this way. I feel like we need to find us again, or we need to get back on a track, or we need to prioritize date nights, or just make us feel like we're prioritizing each other, which is so easy for that to get unraveled with life happening so fast.
I know.
But it's about actually hearing that when the other person says it. And I think, we had an awesome conversation to be like, I miss us, like,
totally
time and us, like, just, I feel like you said, kind of two ships passing the night, getting so much done and laughing at the end of the night with our kids. But it's either all about the kids or all about the work. And it started we didn't have our time together.
And there wasn't time to have. So it's not like it was our fault.
Wasn't time to have.
It was just like,
so
life was going 1,000 miles an hour. And like when you can fly in for 24 hours, for me, it's like, it'd be selfish of me to make it all about me. Like my children need you then. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think it was
it's so easy to like push the spouse aside and be like, we'll get to us. Let's focus on the kids.
And so it was so nice, like I just feel like I've seen such a change lately. And it just
we got to us.
And it like means so much. Like, Eric, you've been amazing. And it like it like makes me
Well, it's just-
crave you so much. Like it's, it's like when you've been with somebody so long, it's like your family. It's like your blood, your life, your everything. And it's like, that feeling like that giddy, like I feel that. Like I miss you. I crave you. Like I want to grab your booty. Like it's so fun to feel like that. And I love it. Just like a reminder for all those people that have been together, especially couples or not even together that long, but I know this happens. It's like the first thing every single parent always tells us with older kids, like make time for you two. Do make time.
Because it's so easy to be like, I know you're not going anywhere and I'm not going anywhere. So it's like, there'll be a time we'll
like
be
come
able
back
to
to
figure
us.
it out. Yeah, let's just let it work itself out. No, sometimes you have to be the one to work it out and to listen and to like really absorb like, where you are and how things actually are going, maybe not just how they're going in your head. So yeah, I'm happy. You're happy.
I know.
And we're just that's my glamour, that's my grit as well. So let's keep that up.
Let's keep the happy, baby. Well, I love you.
And
Have a great premiere. You look really hot in your
love
outfit.
you too. Thank you so much. Well,
your outfit's
I
like
can't
insane.
wait.
So everybody look at his Instagram because I bet they're already posted because your outfit is so sick.
I haven't even put it on yet, so hopefully it all. Oh, I did
Yes,
for
you
you for a
did.
second.
Yeah, you look so hot. Okay.
Shout out to Blue Collar Prep on Instagram for helping me get styled.
Wait, is that the
He's
name
who
of
I've
the
been-
brand, Blue Collar Prep?
Blue Collar Prep. He's the greatest.
Wait, what
Go
is
check out his
sick,
Instagram.
like name, like for a
He's
company.
this badass like construction electrician worker who, when he's not on the job, is the most fashionable, like coolest, like trendiest guy I have found on Instagram, who's genuinely like super, super nice and has helped me so much with like premieres and fashion.
No, your
and
outfit
just,
like tonight is, I think every single time I've said that, you're like, oh, it's the same guy that dressed me for da-da-da. Same guy that dressed me.
Yeah, Blue Collar Prep. Check him out. He's the man.
Yeah, we love you, Blue Collar Prep.
And his name is Eric, so we get along
With a
great.
K or a C?
A C.
Oh.
Wait, I gotta check. Because I know his name is Eric and I know it's Blue Collar Prep, but is it a C or a K? That's actually kind of a big deal. It's a C.
Yeah,
That's why we're
I had a
friends. Okay,
feeling.
I
Like
remember.
if he's like Blue Collar Prep, I feel like he's definitely a C. Like a K is like, I'm gonna make it a little edgy.
Yeah. No, but check him out. Anyway, love you.
love
Thanks for
you.
listening, guys. We'll see you on Monday.
I love you, babe.
Love you.
Glamour.
Grit.
Glamour. Grit.